I was born and bred in Joburg in South Africa. I was at a fairly small rugby school, but we loved our rugby just like every school does basically in the country. And I got in touch with the German Sevens guys and they invited me over for a training camp. And it was just, that was the beginning of the German rugby journey. And they opened their arms to me. I just, once again, got invited to a training camp and sort of the rest was history. I mean, playing here in Maidenhead is all good, but being able to test myself against sort of international level athletes and guys that had a really high caliber, for me, it was just a challenge that I think I relished. I was just sort of up cloud nine to be playing international rugby and just keep chopping at the bit for the opportunity. That Portuguese crowd in the stadium and just the experience of being in Lisbon for a game of rugby was really cool. There were a lot of people there. I've tried to put that deep in the recesses of my memory and get it out of there, to be honest. But that was, I think, the most sort of heartbroken I felt after a rugby game I've ever played.
The 15 that literally can kick it from the other side of the moon.
Yeah, from miles away. And that's how the head split open. And obviously you have to get that taped up. I've always worn a scrum cap growing up. So I've just probably something I've always done. And the couple of games that I haven't worn it, I still have my head split open as well. Just like, tend to stick. Yeah, I'd love for them to come watch me play an international rugby game. I think that would be a special moment. But
yeah, that'd be pretty epic.
The schoolboy rugby scene in South Africa is just huge, and that's where all the kids play. The rugby experience in Melbourne was really interesting because I moved over there expecting it to be this big thing, but it's actually a bit of a niche sport with quite a small rugby community. This is like really hard-paced, really intense. This is what it's like to play at that level. The conditions were big. There was just no room for error. You make one small mistake or your technique's just slightly off and you either get driven back 5 meters and tackle. It's just made to be a big bucket list tip. Rugby's not the biggest sport around, but those that do like their rugby, they're really, very passionate and are a great community.
A lot of the Tier 2 nations are also sort of banking on sevens being a development ground a little bit.